We've all seen the movie Taken. We all see what Hollywood does to this issue. But I need to tell you that of the 250 people that STAC has assisted, not one has been snatched and grabbed off the streets. What happens with human trafficking is traffickers know their victims, they groom their victims, family members are traffickers, employers are traffickers, people who are in the trusted realm of a victim traffic them. We also want to emphasize that there are things that all of us can do all the time to spot the signs and the potential signs of human trafficking. That's the number one thing. And what we see often with this issue is that trends that are going on in society often reflect back on who we see as our clients. So when you think about homelessness and people who are unhoused, what we're seeing now is landlords, unscrupulous landlords as traffickers, telling people that in order to keep the roof over your head in my building, you have to do the following, and it could be forced sex or it could be forced labor, because we have a housing crisis. We saw it also during the opioid epidemic as people became more addicted. There was a case of a nurse's aide who became addicted to Oxy after minor surgery in our community. Again, with the epidemic of that opioid epidemic, what we saw then was her selling herself and then being trafficked and then giving the trafficker her child, who then he trafficked. So what we see is that trafficking is a crime of many crimes, and it often links directly with other things that are going on in our society. So that means that everybody who's doing anything to help with any vulnerability in our community is doing anti-human trafficking work. So we thank you very much for all of that. The other thing I wanted to mention was in this past year, and this is news, STAC has developed an even deeper partnership with Capital City Youth Services, and that's why Gwen Verostek is here. I wanted to share this with you because especially on the issue of homelessness and unhoused, that CCYS was successful in obtaining federal dollars and bringing those dollars into our community to help house victims of trafficking. And that means everything from emergency housing like overnight in hotels and short-term housing to long-term housing. So I want to give a deep thank you to CCYS and Gwen. We've worked with CCYS for a very long time. And it's an unfortunate reality that a high percentage of the families and the youth that CCYS serves have been trafficked, have been immediately affected by human trafficking, or are at pretty severe risk. So this partnership is one I think that will be of a great service to our community as we move forward.